this occasion we will discuss things that can happen or will Naruto do to make Kurama alive again. Before entering the video, don't forget to like, comment and subscribe so that all shinobi will be even more excited and will continue to update about the latest videos of Shinobi's World. In the last fight, Naruto and Kurama, unexpectedly the nine-tailed fox, tricked his comrades so that he could sacrifice his own life. Kurama, who knew his partner's personality very well, deliberately didn't tell him from the start that it would be him who would die in Baryon mode, because if he told this, Naruto would definitely not allow the use of Baryon mode, which would result in Ishiki unable to be defeated until he and Naruto will die by the Otsutsuki noble. Kurama's death caused deep pain and regret for Naruto, because he was so weak that he had to cause the death of his best friend. Naruto felt very lost for the sacrifice of his comrade, because he still wanted to continue to live with Kurama. As we know, these two partners have been in a relationship since Naruto was a Ganon, where he innocently asked Kurama to pay the rent for living in Naruto's body, by giving chakra to Naruto. Kurama, who lives in Naruto's body, continues to pay attention to the daily life of the lonely child. Not infrequently he was sad when he saw Naruto alone, lonely, there was no one to talk to, just like him. And not infrequently, Kurama also laughed at the ridiculous actions that Naruto did. Kurama left with a smile and satisfaction in himself, because he had managed to keep his one and only partner who was most precious to him. But, even so, in his last message, he promised that the two of them would meet again, when the time came. Which means, currently Kurama is not dead forever, and it is not impossible if there are still some ways that can make Kurama come back to life. Naruto, who can't let Kurama go, will look for various ways to revive his best friend. And these are the things that can happen or that Naruto will do to bring Kurama back to life. 1. The gathering of Kurama's life energy. In the era of the Shinobi World War at that time, where at that time Isobu was still free, Madara sealed Isobu into Rin Nohara's body, so that the medical ninja had become a Jinchuriki. Because she doesn't want to be a threat to her village, Rin decides to die at the hands of Kakashi, and when Rin dies, the existence of Isobu in Rin's body also dies. But, because Isobu's soul was created from the element of life energy, the energy collected again where he was before, namely in the lake near the village of Kirigakure. Because Kurama is a being created from the same energy as Isobu's, it is not impossible for him, if the nine-tailed fox will come back to life, in the place where he was born when separated from Hagoromo's body. At the time of his farewell, Kurama told Naruto, until the time came, which meant that the two of them would meet again someday. And it is not impossible, Kurama, who has sacrificed his life for Naruto, will be reborn where he appeared on Earth, where he was found by Madara at that time. And he really hopes that Naruto knows the place, and finds it, so that the two of them will be together again like before. 2. Breaking the Jubi's energy. Kurama and 8 other Biju are living beings created by Hagoromo through the Jubi's life energy being forcibly broken. At that time, after defeating Kaguya, the figure of the Jubi who had eaten hundreds of victims sacrificed by Kaguya, became a frightening specter if left unchecked. Hagoromo decided to break the one large energy into 9 energy fragments, which became 9 new lives called Biju. With the current Jubi, it is not impossible if it is broken, then the same thing will happen as the one created by Hagoromo in ancient times. Hagoromo, who continues to witness the shinobi world from his realm, has witnessed the death of Kurama, and will once again pass his power on to Naruto, so that Naruto will have the same abilities as himself, where the Hokage is able to create the same energy through the split of the Jubi, and back turn on Kurama. If this is true, where Naruto is able to break the existence of the Jubi, not only has destroyed the threat of the shinobi world, Naruto has also created Kurama Return, who will become his partner and fight alongside him as usual. 3. Meet Hagoromo. Hagoromo was the one who created the tailed beasts, which he eventually considered his own son. Being the only one capable of creating the tailed beasts, made Naruto, who really wanted to revive Kurama, looking for a way so he could meet Hagoromo again, like in the 4th Shinobi World War before, and asked him to revive Kurama. By having the bloodline of Ashura, making Naruto able to communicate with Hagoromo specifically. And as we know, even though Hagoromo has died hundreds of years ago, he is still a supervisor who oversees the world of shinobi that he has created, and he trusts in Naruto. After learning that Kurama was dead, Hagoromo immediately understood the intention of Naruto, who wanted to meet him. First of all, as a father of Kurama, Hagoromo would thank Naruto for being Kurama's most valuable partner, and change his tough attitude. With the remaining strength he has, it is not impossible that Hagoromo can still revive Kurama, because inside him, Kurama had lived for decades before he was released into the shinobi world. Kurama will come back alive and be with Naruto again like before. 4. Revive Kurama through its chakra. It is undeniable that Naruto misses Kurama very much, after his great sacrifice. Not only trying to meet Hagoromo, he will also try alone, to revive the best friend of his life. He will imitate how Orochimaru was able to rise again just through the few cells of himself that he implanted in Anko. And because currently Kurama's chakra has disappeared from his body, Naruto will look for Sora, who is someone who has the same chakra from Kurama as himself. As we know, when the Kurama incident raged in Konoha in the past, some shinobi conducted an experiment to take the fox's chakra to implant in the newborn Sora. And since then, Sora has chakra from Kurama, and several times it goes out of control and turns into 4 tails just like Naruto. It's not impossible, if through Kurama's DNA chakra that is in Sora, Naruto is able to revive Kurama, just like Orochimaru, who was revived by Sasuke at that time. 5. 8 Biju Energy Gathering. As we know, the tailed beasts have been linked by a special bond that allows them to know each other's state of the beast, as happened when Hachibi was attacked by Momoshiki, and Shukaku gave Gaara a warning. After sensing Kurama's disappearing presence, they would know that this time the strongest fox had died for some reason. The Biju, who previously helped Naruto many times, such as being freed from the shackles of Obito, Kaguya and Sasuke, will return to Naruto, and are willing to give their strength to him. As happened to Obito and Madara, who had absorbed the 9 Biju in Jubi form, then became a new Jinchuriki that resembled an Otsutsuki, Naruto will also have the same power as them. The 8 Biju will give some of their power and unite it into Naruto's body, so that, through the enormous power chakra he gets, Naruto will resurrect Kurama in his body. In this new life, Kurama will be forced to share a place with 8 other beasts in Naruto's body, and Naruto will live as a Jinchuriki of 9-tailed beasts. 6. Boruto resurrects Kurama. It is common knowledge that an Otsutsuki, whose origins are still mysterious, will have various abilities that have never existed in the shinobi world, such as space-time techniques, their special dojutsu, to be able to come back to life and change bodies. Currently, due to having karma, Boruto is the only person who has the ability of Otsutsuki. And it is not impossible, he is also able to have the same ability as Hagoromo, which is to break the life energy of the Jubi. Seeing the sadness of his father after being left by Kurama, Boruto will also feel sad, because his father is different, and not as cheerful as before. He who has heard the story of how the tailed beasts were created by Hagoromo, will try his strength as an Otsutsuki and extract the Jubi into a new life. Currently, there are many things that Boruto can do with the karma in his arms, and moreover, he has the God Eye Otsutsuki Jogan. And it's not impossible. From all that he has, reviving Kurama is not a difficult thing for him. That's all for the discussion in this video. If there are new things about the Shinobi world, or uniqueness and other important news, the Shinobi Update channel will be the first channel to discuss about it. For the next case to be discussed, don't forget to like, comment and subscribe.